That's my favorite quote right there. Okay, let's see what we've got here. And another article coming from the maybe the best term school is on a boat from the New York Times. Okay. And we have only 3 articles here. The last one is coming from the Financial Times about LG Chem. So let's see, LG Chem is about to spin off the battery department, spin off world's largest electric car battery business. Okay, the battery business, due to be hived off in December, will be wholly owned by LG Chem, but the Asian country's biggest petrochemical company said it would consider a stock market listing for the new business. Okay. It's been an argument. Of course, there were a lot of rumblings in the market about this spinoff because the common investors don't really get the stocks for spin-off companies, so there's no equity for them. So in that case, they invested a lot of money to LG Chem because of the battery department, but at the same time, LG Chem also holds other business divisions. It is kind of a complaint coming from the investors. They forecast that their business will generate more revenue, more annual sales by 2024, which is pretty lucrative part. But of course, they are talking about this because of Tesla. They are all talking about the batteries for the electric vehicle in the future. And right now, China's CATL is the main leader in the industry. But Korean investors, especially, they're expecting LG Chem and Samsung SDI to be the followers in this market. And LG Chem was the first leader in Korean stock market. Okay, so what they're saying in the article is actually about they're gonna do the IPO for the new business, but they're not really looking at direct link to the investors. Okay, so basically what I'm expecting in tomorrow's article presentation, we're going to talk about rumblings of this spinning off company. I'm not really sure this IPO will be successful in the future. Because already investors are throwing their equities in the market, and it dropped pretty much over 10% in recent 2 days. It of course kicked back a little bit after that sudden drop, but still the price itself of the equity is actually around 660,000 won per share, which is a pretty sudden drop, because I remember like a week ago it was more than 780,000 won. I'm pretty sure that one of our panels holding the LG Chem shares, and of course that's why they actually picked up this article. Maybe, I don't know. We talk a lot about the stock market and the real estate market these days, and it's gonna be fun. Okay, just a preview, so I'm going to jump to the next article, which is printed from the New York Times. Let me see. Okay, the title is maybe the best homeschool is on a boat. I'm not really sure about what the topic is all about. Dated back to September 23rd. Okay, so this is pretty recent article. Okay, it's going to be quite long, actually. 4, 5, 6 pages. For many families, the coronavirus impeded the delicate balance of work, homeschooling, and childcare, but for a growing number, a pandemic has catalyzed a leap that may have seemed irresponsible. Okay, we have never been busier. Families are homeschooling and working remotely anyway. Okay, so this is obviously an anecdote about the new COVID era, and we're taking care of our children at home as online school launches. To use the term in its modern landlocked sense, many children are confined to four corners of their computer screen, but for both kids are stuck at home with their computer screen or phones and TVs and whatever. But obviously, this family is spending their time in a boat, and it naturally becomes a classroom for their kids. So they, along with their own three children, are anchored in front of a deserted beach. So when they catch a fish, cut it open to study its digestive system. Okay, that's a nice story. So many kid boat families find each other on a Facebook forum called Kids for Sale. So obviously they found similar families owning a boat. They have a forum in Facebook called Kids for Sale. The Facebook group now has over 5,000 members, including current and aspiring cruisers. Okay, I'm not really feeling it right now. Obviously, I envy the time they have with their kids, and it's so close with the nature, and so close with their the parents. They can have better experience. That's for sure. Okay, or talk about a new lifestyle that we can seek out during this COVID era. Maybe after this COVID thing is done, maybe we never go back to the original lifestyle we had before this pandemic. So there may be some options that we have to think about in the future, and in some sense, I agree that it's never going to be the same. So my choices from The Guardian: Trump cuts aids for international relations, and the other articles. Okay, the OTF is a small non-profit organization that develops technologies for evading cyber surveillance and for circumventing internet and radio blackouts imposed by authoritarian regimes. It provides daily help to pro-democracy movements and installing and maintaining them with the aim of staying at least one step ahead of the state. It looks like it has been that way quite a while. Basically, it looks like the U.S. is retreating from the world, and I'm not really sure how that really helps the overall United States supremacy in the world, because of course I know it costs a lot of money for the US government, but at the same time, because of the influences they had back in the days, it made US more powerful, and for that way they could actually retain their supremacy over other countries in the world. But since they are retreating, there's going to be less influences of the United States, and which means it's going to shrink a lot of benefits that U.S. had, and it's going to dry up fast, in my opinion. It doesn't really say much more about the local region of Belarus, Hong Kong, and Iran. It's about the inner politics, U.S. Agency for Global Media.